Ms. Marvel is officially with us. This marks the second time that Marvel Studios is bringing a character as the star of their own show with no prior appearances in anything else as the main star of a brand new series. Of course, the most recent and first one was Moon Knight, and the next one will be She-Hulk. So this is definitely a huge year for Marvel Studios. So let's talk about what Ms. Marvel does in terms of the first episode with no spoilers. So just before we get into this, for those wondering, yes, our audio commentaries will of course be coming for this series every single episode. So that will be in the member section to Avengers level members. Look for that later today. Now let's talk about Ms. Marvel and what it offers to the MCU. So unlike Moon Knight, which if you watched it and you didn't know was part of the bigger Marvel Studios universe and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you could enjoy it by itself. It's of course largely separate from everything, and that was intentional. On the other hand, you have Ms. Marvel, where it celebrates everything Marvel Studios, and it takes a fanboy approach to the entire franchise. Kamala Khan is kids that love the MCU. She is the average 13 to 16-year-old who is sitting in high school, who is bored, who is imagining these comics come to life, except to her, it's not comics coming to life, it's a real world that's around her, and she desperately wants to be a part of it. And she is, in one way or another. And that, in my opinion, makes this something very special. Make no mistake, this is a TV series that's made for all ages, but the target demographic here is younger people. People who are, like many of you, going to be getting into the MCU right now, looking for something that's more their age, that's more representative of maybe the world they live in, of the cultural difference, of the major amount of diversity that's in a place like New York, New Jersey, and mass populated areas in the United States. This goes in that direction. Again, take yourself out of the mindset that you're a mid-20s, maybe mid-30s person who's been watching the MCU from the beginning and now you just want more adult stuff. This goes back to the basics, a more Spider-Man-like approach targeted at younger people that can still be enjoyed by everybody. The plot also does the same thing here. Again, I don't want to go into spoilers, but there's something for everybody. Hardcore fans of the MCU, casual fans of the MCU, or people that might be tuning in to this, the MCU, for the first time because maybe they find themselves finally having representation here, and I love it for that. The show has a unique feel. It looks different. The way Kamala is a part of the MCU is very different than anything we've seen before, almost taking the Peter Parker approach of he's a fanboy and pushing it to a lot of new degrees. I absolutely loved it. And again, it is a little slow. It takes its time. You can see that they're taking a different approach here. But again, I really appreciate what they did here and what they're setting up and the mysteries that they're teasing. I cannot wait to see more. I absolutely love what they did with Ms. Marvel here. Despite my grievances with the changes of powers, that's still a thing, but we're going to have to just wait and see how this plays out and what they do here. From start to finish, I enjoyed it. I think Kamala is absolutely perfect. They took the character from the comics and literally just tossed her on here. The actress delivers. This is Ms. Marvel. They just changed the powers, but everything else is here. If you like Ms. Marvel, you're gonna love this.